Every family has that one person who ruins the mood the second they appear. For me, that's my mother-in-law, the black hole. She lives on Long Island, refuses to drive too far, yet somehow still drags us into her gravity. She won't drive 30 minutes for her grandkids' birthdays, but once drove off the island to buy a lamp. A lamp. That told me everything. A few years ago, my wife and I bought her uncle's old cabin upstate. 17 acres, 2 dead tractors, piles of tools. Everything on the land came with it. It finally felt like ours. Then she called. Suddenly she claimed some of the junk was hers. The broken tractor, a couple chainsaws, a shop vac, tools she couldn't even name. She hadn't touched any of it in years, but now that we owned it, she wanted control again. We tried being nice. We're tearing the shed down. We can sell the tractor and give you the money. She snapped. Don't sell anything. It's mine. Touch it and I'll sue. My wife just folded. That's what her mom does. Pushes until everyone gives up. Watching that happen again made something in me harden. I'll handle it, I told her. The next weekend, after everyone went to bed, I hitched my trailer, winched the dead tractor up, and loaded every item her mom claimed. It felt like lifting years of frustration. Then I drove toward Long Island. Honestly, I was buzzing. It felt like Christmas Eve as a kid, wired and giddy. Laughing in the dark, thinking, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then laughing more because I absolutely was. At 2 a.m., I rolled into her perfect, silent neighborhood. Big houses, perfect lawns, nothing out of place. Time for the reverse heist. I killed my headlights, backed into her driveway, lowered the ramps, and rolled the tractor beside her car. Then I dragged a crate of tools next to it. Her stuff. Her driveway. Exactly what she demanded. And I drove off, grinning like an idiot. By sunrise, I was almost home. My wife called. Where'd you go? Getting breakfast, I said, then grabbed bagels to match the story. Back home, she noticed the trailer still attached. I shrugged. Inside, we waited. 8 o'clock. Nothing. 8:30. Nothing. 9:15. Boom. Her name lit up my wife's phone. She groaned. I said, Go on, answer. The moment she did, her mom was screaming. My wife stared at me like, What did you do? I tapped speaker and said, calm as ever, You wanted your tractor. You got it. Then I hung up. That was the first peak. One sentence cutting through years of control. My wife burst out laughing. Real laughter. The kind she never uses around her mom. But the black hole kept spinning. She texted, I'm calling the police. Around 1 p.m., a local number popped up. This is Officer. I'm here with your mother-in-law. She says you dumped property on her driveway. I could hear her ranting. I said, everything there is hers. She told us we couldn't sell or move it, so I returned her property to her home. He turned to her. Ma'am, is the tractor yours? Yes, but I don't want it there. Do you have any agreement that they store it for you? Anything in writing? Silence. Then a small, no. That was the second peak. A clean moment where a stranger finally saw her clearly. I didn't have to argue. She exposed herself. The officer told her nothing illegal happened. If she wanted trespassing charges, she'd have to prove it was me. And even then, it was still her stuff. She dropped it. She shoved the tractor into her tiny garage, where it's still sitting. Dusty, useless, annoying her every time the door opens. The thought of that still makes me smile. And then, 6 months of silence. 6 months of peace. 6 months where my wife could finally breathe. Anyone who's dealt with a narcissist knows, quiet like that is priceless. And if I had to make that 2 a.m. drive again, I'd do it without blinking.